But again, breaking news out of the Supreme Court. Pete, this was about Catholic Social Services who, well, I'll let you explain it to folks and what the ruling is.
Right. So this is a unanimous decision, 9-0, ruling in favor of Catholic Social Services that had sued the city of Philadelphia when Philadelphia said, sorry, we're not renewing your contract to provide foster care services to find families that will adopt foster children because you won't allow them to be into the homes of same-sex parents. And the city said that violates our non-discrimination law. You're violating a city contract. Catholic Social Services sued, saying, well, that violates our religious freedom. And today, by a vote of 9-0, the Supreme Court agreed with Catholic Social Services. Now, there is a limiting principle in this decision because what Catholic Social Services said is, you know, you need to not only rule in favor of us, but you need to strike down an earlier ruling from the Supreme Court that said there is no religious exemption to laws that generally apply to everybody. The court did not go that far. So this is the Supreme Court's way of ruling for Catholic Social Services in this case, but not trying to set a larger principle that said any organization is now free to violate laws against discrimination against on the basis of same-sex orientation, on the basis of religious freedom. So it narrows it down. It said this is a special circumstance in Philadelphia because of the way the city administered the contract, because of the way the contract decision was made. So it's a victory for Catholic Social Services. It's a defeat for the city. But the Supreme Court seems to have gone out of its way here to make this a very narrow ruling that is not a green light for other organizations to feel that they can now cite religious freedom in violating anti-discrimination laws. And surprisingly, again, 9-0.
That is incredibly interesting, Pete. And again, just to put a finer point on that, that had been the big question here, whether or not this would be a broader decision that would, for example, open the door to other businesses here. And in this instance, the Supreme Court did, I think it's fair to say, Pete, what I think court observers and court watchers had kind of expected or thought they might do is to try to figure out a way to rule for Catholic Social Services, but put kind of a fence around it and keep it just contained to that particular instance, if you will.
Right. So this is reminiscent of what the Supreme Court did a couple of terms ago in the famous Masterpiece Cake case. Colorado baker who would not bake a cake for a same-sex couple to celebrate their wedding. The Supreme Court said, you know, they ruled for the baker. But they basically said you got a raw deal from the state's Human Rights Commission. They seemed to make ridicule your religious beliefs. So it was a decision in his favor that really set no larger legal principle. And they seem to have done that again this time. Now, this issue is going to come back yet again. Just the other day, the Colorado baker took another shot in the state courts and lost again and said he's going to appeal again. So this kind of issue is going to keep coming to the Supreme Court. But this time they just had no appetite to take on that larger question.